Hi guys, it is week 2 of our series on our road trip, and so this week we are looking at what it would be like to kind of do a drive-through on a road trip, and it's talking all about like a quick meal. And so we're going to be talking about the Passover this weekend, and that being the 10th plague from the exit of the Israelites from Egypt to the Promised Land, and kind of wrapping up our whole lesson last week on all of the other plagues. So we're going to be talking about the significance of this last one and how God really set apart those who were obedient to him. And so if you're not familiar with the story, or even if you just haven't read it in a while but you're really familiar with the story, I would really encourage you to go read Exodus chapter 12. It's just really like an incredible story to hear and to read again, and just be reminded of God's faithfulness and also his wrath when we are not obedient to him. So as far as small group activities go, we're going to be doing a couple different things in first grade versus second and third. So in first grade, the room will have a little, it's kind of like a castle. This is not a complete one. This is just for the sake of the video because I'm not able to put up the complete ones until after today. But it will be this sort of castle-y, older looking house thing. And so the idea is for them to be experiential a little bit with this story. So I would definitely encourage you to just engage with the kids on a personal level. Help them think about their specific family, what it would have been like to be an Israelite during this time when God was asking their family to do big things and to leave the home that they knew, and help them kind of imagine like if this was their house and have them talk about their house and what does that look like. But the idea is that they are going to actively participate in putting red blood paint over the doorway. So I do have these bingo dotters, if you will. If you're not familiar with them, they have a little sponge on the end. And I'm not going to mark, I'm looking to see, I should have brought a scrap piece of paper. I'm not going to mark the board right now, but these just blot on there with a sponge, and sometimes you have to get it soaked a little. You can hear the liquid inside. It's pretty simple to use, but definitely needs some assistance. And so I'll have like 20 of these. I also will have a paintbrush and some liquid paint. If you want to be daring enough to do that, I totally support you. There will be a drop cloth underneath. So whatever experience you are willing to commit to for the first grade room, I support that. So there will be one of these for each of the rooms. But if you look down here, again, this will be more stable and more set up once it's upstairs in the room. But there's these doors, and so the idea is that they'll paint above the doors. I think you could have the kids go inside it if you want. I know obviously it's only going to sit a couple kids at a time, but help them think about that, or imagine that your room is your house and think about that. So definitely just engage them in the process. And then as far as our second and third graders go, I'm actually going to have strips of red crepe paper for you to use, and you're going to put these above the doorways in the theater. If you would like to go sit in another space, like part of the zone, if you feel like your kids can handle being in the zone, or another room or space, if you feel that they can handle being in there without being distracted, you can definitely go in there and have them imagine that that's their house, and let's go cover the doorway. Originally, I really wanted to make each small group area in the theater a space with a door that they could actually paint, but when it came down to the logistics of that, it was just too difficult to execute. So we're going to have them put these on the doors. So I will assign you each evening like one of the doors, or each service, one of the doors, so that your group has a specific door that you're putting them on. So they will put these on there and just still talk about how it represents that, and ask them if they're the oldest in their family and all of those things. And we'll be adhering them with tape. I think that'll be the easiest way. And then there's some small group discussions for you to talk through in the rest of your small group time. So that is what we're doing for small groups this weekend. Be in prayer for your kids as you continue to have this conversation about how God has a plan for us. And I will see you very soon. If you're on the Saturday team, I will not be there on Saturday, but I will have everything ready to go. Dan is going to be teaching, and Logan will be there to help support. Barry will be doing the welcome and all of that. So if you guys could assign yourselves a door, Jeanette and Barry, and Logan if need be for another small group. And then Toby and Jackie should be able to do this activity just fine in the first grade room. There are separate buildings for each service. So you can, first grade, you can have your people color the rest of the building with markers and stuff the rest of your time, or write things on there, write their names, different verses even. You could write out a verse on there. So those are all ideas. Also second and third grade, and another thing, if you want to build in some extra things into your time, you could have them draw like what their doorway looks like at their house, and then talk about that, and they could write out the verse on there. So that could be another option for you guys as well. All right, thank you, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.